Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is ZalotAngel, welcome back to another speedrunning video. Fuck me, it's been ages since I last did a fucking video. My apologies for that. Yes, I'm thinking about renaming these from speed videos to time-lapse videos, and doing this video is actually rather late in the morning. I'm actually doing this because I thought, fuck it, might as well get it done now. Anyway, next speedrunning video, again, coming by Nico. Again, I've said this before in the email to you, dude. I'm so sorry this took so long to do. There have been so many things that have happened this past month, and it's been fairly difficult to actually get things done at all. This is why videos have been relatively slow as well. And that's kind of briefly wanted to explain all that, and I was actually contemplating whether to do commentary for this speedrunning video or not, but I found out the video is only going to be about 17 minutes long, so it should be fine, at least for now. But basically, the reason why everything has been slow the past month is because last month I got an email from a game developer, and this is something I actually alluded to back in the last Loot Crate unboxing. This is something I alluded to because I wasn't sure if I could talk about it or not, but last month I got an email from a game developer who is currently working on a visual novel, if I remember, and he asked me if I could draw him a couple of scenes for his game, him and his team. And that took a while to think on it, but I eventually said yeah. And so that's one thing that has been taking up my time, is I've been drawing these scenes for this game developer. Don't worry, I'm not getting paid for it. It's a non-commercial product, apparently. At least that's what I've been told, so I don't know. So that's one thing that happened. And secondly, the best thing that happened over the past month is I got my new PC. If you've been following my channel over the past year, well, this year, to be perfectly honest, you may have noticed that I've talked about, getting a new PC for like the past, well, this year. And that's exactly what happened last week, I think. When was that? About the 10th? No, the 8th. Yeah, back on the 8th of this month, I got my new PC, which I didn't see that coming, because I ordered it and it wasn't supposed to come till, honestly, it wasn't supposed to come till a couple of days ago, but it came early. Yeah, so it's a fucking beast is what it is. It was built, who built it? I got it built by Novatech, British based company. Yeah, and it's a fucking beast. You can see pictures of it on Twitter. I posted pictures of it. What's its specs? I'll briefly go over the specs. I've put the specs up somewhere so you can see them a bit more in depth, but what was it? 18? No, not 18. 16 gigs of RAM. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060, where they think about 6 gigabytes of video memory. What was the other one? Intel Core i5 6600K 3.5 GHz CPU processor, 750 watt power supply. You get the gist. It's a beast, honestly. I remember when I first got it, the first two things I did was I booted up GTA 5 and I think Shadow Warrior 2, put them on like max settings, and I mean like the max settings. Point out, those two games look absolutely gorgeous when you turn them up to the max, and it still runs like at 60, which is a fucking surprise. Not to mention how fucking quiet this thing is. It's so quiet. It's so good. Oh yeah, what else? 3 terabyte normal hard drive, normal HDD drive, and I think a 120 gigabyte SSD, which that's what I've got my operating system running off of, which is why my PC is like super fucking fast. It's so good. So happy with it. So yeah, that's what I've been waiting for like the past year or so now, because that's what's been kind of hindering me doing things like different types of games or doing complicated editing and shit like that. Even live streams, like, it's been also restricting me from doing live streams as well, because every time I live streamed, like, I think I remember streaming Star Wars Battlefront, the beta for that. And no word of a lie, like, when I started streaming that, I streamed for about 10 minutes and then my PC hard crashed on me because it couldn't handle both the things. Not this one, my old one. It couldn't handle streaming and playing at the same time, so that's why I never have streamed on that PC, or never streamed at all that often. With this one, however, I am going to be streaming more often. In fact, I think I actually decided earlier yesterday that I think I might be streaming today, which is Sunday, by the way. So I think I've decided I might do a bit of streaming later today. Maybe this afternoon, maybe later at night. I haven't decided yet. You'll see on my Twitter and on YouTube. I'll probably upload a video when I decide to do it. When I decide to go live, or yeah, like one of the two. It'll be, well, to be honest, it'll be on both. So yeah, so that was happy days. Got my new PC. Unfortunately, though, last week at the same time as getting my new PC, I got ill. Quite ill, shall I say. Not a little bit ill, like just a small cough. No, I got a, to be specific, I got a viral infection in my throat, fucked with my inner ear at the same time. Imagine feeling constantly dizzy, like feeling constantly dizzy. Yes, that's what I was like. I'm still a little bit ill right now, but I can tolerate it right now. It's getting better. But that's been the past month of why everything has been so slow. So yeah. And it's been a while since I've done any drawing as well. I mean, I've been working on this one for Nico, and again, I'm sorry it took so long, mate. It's just so many things fucking happened over the past month that I just didn't expect. Another good thing is, I was messing around with Paint Tool Sai before I got my new PC, and the one thing that used to bug me about Paint Tool Sai, which is what you're seeing, like, if people are going to ask me what art software I use, it's Paint Tool Sai. I know that's probably not going to stop people from asking in fucking comment section. It's Paint Tool Sai, okay? I don't use Photoshop or anything like that. It's Paint Tool Sai. Every artwork I do is Paint Tool Sai. I never do anything in Photoshop because I can't draw in Photoshop. But I was messing around in Paint Tool Sai, and I was trying to figure out, how do you make custom tools in Paint Tool Sai? Because everything in Paint Tool Sai uses kind of a rounded, flat-headed brush sort of thing. And I was trying to figure out, how do you make like actual custom brushes? And I actually figured it out. That's what you're seeing right now. I mean, the way I'm doing the hair right now is with a widespread brush. Widespread brush, which is a brush that I made. It's basically, you can make like custom like brush headers and use them. So I'm happy about that. I managed to figure that shit out. Managed to make custom tools in Paint Tool Sai, which I'm super happy about because that opens up so many possibilities for doing many different styles now, including hair. Because the way I do hair, it varies from drawing to drawing. Sometimes I'll do hair one way, and sometimes I'll do it another way. Like, sometimes what I'll do with hair is I'll use the airbrush tool to lay down the primer, and then I'll go over with a much darker shade with the airbrush. Kind of darken it up in certain places, like where the hair is most darkest, like closer to the roots and shit. And then I would go over with a brightness and contrast. Turn the brightness down, the color deepener down, and the contrast all the way up to about 40%. And then do it like that, and then go over with a blur and a lighting. And then there are other ways where I do individual little flicks with the mouse, which is fucking time consuming. I'll probably never do that again. And then there's this new way now that I have, which was done with a custom brush that I made. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah. This wasn't that much of a challenge to do, to be honest, drawing wise. The thing is, right, I'm not used to drawing like Naruto drawings, because you can tell I probably fucking don't watch it. I used to, a little bit. I watched like 20 some episodes and gave up on it. Fucking scrub out. I actually gave up on it. And like working with the art style that it gives me was kind of a pain in the ass, because it's very basic. I know it's for like animation purposes and to like make animation fucking easier to do, but there is still things out there that do like really nice art styles with really smooth animation. But I'm just saying, it's just the art style is very basic. I'm probably just pissed off a lot of Naruto fans by saying that. I don't care, honestly. You can't deny the art style's basic. Sorry. So yeah, working with that basic art style was kind of difficult, because I was trying to implement my own art style onto a very simple art style was not easy, and I don't really draw Naruto at all, to be honest. It's like the second time I've drawn anything like that. This one was the other commission that I made for Nico, which that video buggered up for some reason. Like the end of that video buggered up. I can't re-edit it, unfortunately, because like I said, I'm on my new PC now, so, and I've lost those files, so fuck me. But yeah, it was fun to do though. I mean, what the one of the hardest things to do was actually the background. Yeah, the background was very hard to do. That I did not like the color of that shade of like dog shit brown. Did not like that color at all. One thing I do like about shading, and I think this is one thing that I can give to people as a form of like advice to help with shading. When you're shading like skin or clothing, you shouldn't just stick to that one color. It's like, imagine if these bandages there that were around the waist, imagine those were white. Then obviously you'd assume that when you shade it, you'd shade it, you know, gradually getting darker and darker going into the grays, kind of like that. But you have to remember, it's like, that's not really how lighting works and shading works. So what you would usually do is you would add a bit of color, a bit of a different color. Like if you remember when I did the bandages over Mai's left arm, like a couple minutes ago, that had a hint of like lavender in it. Had like a hint of a lavenderish color in there. So one thing about shading I can give as a piece of advice is to do something like that, is implement some color into something. Now this was the biggest pain, because I had taken a break for like a couple of hours before I started working on, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Naori, something like that. I took a couple of hour break to work on her hair before I worked on her hair, and like her hair did not turn out as good as I wanted it to. I don't know why. Like, my tablet can be a fucking pain in the ass. Like, my graphics tablet is a fucking pain in the ass when it comes to artwork sometimes, when it adds those kind of hard edges for no fucking reason. I mean, don't get me wrong, my tablet is fucking old. My graphics tablet, they don't even make this fucking graphics tablet anymore. It's been discontinued. It's fucking old. Yeah. And it sometimes fucks with me sometimes, and it really gets on my nerves. But I don't know. I probably, fucking hair's gonna bug me, because you can see how patchy it is. Just look how patchy it is because of because of my fucking tablet being a pain in the ass. Just, yeah, led to like fucking patchy work, and I just did not like that. But going over it again would have been fucking like another couple of hours to get it right, and it's like I did not have that time. I did not have enough time to fucking go over it again, so I just stuck with that. But I'm still doing my commissions, don't get me wrong. I think the form that I have set up, it says I'm on temporary hold right now, and I am. Like I said, I'm still working on that scene for the game developer, and once I get that done, I will probably reopen my commissions, because I really need to get that done, because they're waiting on me to finish that. They're waiting on me to finish that scene so they can, well, I'm guessing program it into the game and code it into the game. This fucking background, I'm not joking, if you look right in the middle of canvas, you see those numbers? Yeah, like 5.87 and 8.79, I think, is it? 8.57? Yeah, 8.57 and 5.89. I actually had to do some fucking math with this, like, to get this archway right, because the way I had drawn two characters, this is one of the reasons why another reason why this drawing took so long, is trying to figure out the angle for how the drawing looked, like the background looked in parallel with the characters and the pose. That was a big fucking issue that I had to deal with, because yeah, I could not figure that out for the life of me. So I eventually I did some math, which is what you see in the middle there, x by y, and what ratio that is. And I had to figure out the math of like figuring out, right, how big is the doorway, how wide is it, and like the correlation between the angle and the width and the distance and the height compared to the size of the characters. Yeah. Tell you another thing, this background was kind of difficult to do, but I tell you what, I love drawing clouds. It's a very simplistic way that I draw clouds. I just use the brush tool and I select the filter in bottom left and I click that on spread, and then I just go over it like this. And it's a very simple way to draw clouds. If you want to like be lazy about it, it's a very simple way to draw clouds. But I like it. I like the way that those clouds look. And this fuck me. This fucking background took me just took me fucking ages to do, to be honest. It's so complicated, honestly, because there's just so many colors going on. You got green, you got beige, you got brown, you got green, you got so many fucking colors going on at once. And not to mention the amount of colours that were plastered all over this door as well. I mean, there's green all over the door, but there's also like a hint of like in the reference image at bottom right down there, you can see like there's some dirt, like some kind of creamish, brownish dirt like in the middle of the door, so it's having to meld everything together. It's like fucking hell. Yeah, like what I'm doing there. And with that there, I just clicked on multiply. And what that'll do is that kind of overlay the colours with the shade and everything to kind of give that natural blend of colour without having to manually do it myself. But yeah, it's not bad. Could have done it a bit better. I mean, you may see in a minute when I try to do the paint on the door, I'm trying to get that to blend. Like, you'll see me messing around on the right there, trying to get it to fucking overlay on top of the fucking colours, but it just, for some reason, no matter what I did, it just would not do it. Because, yeah, as you can see, like, the different shading and shit, and it just wouldn't do it, so I just gave up and just had to do it manually, which is a pain in the ass. Trying to get the colours all right and shit. Trying to get everything melded together is such a fucking nuisance sometimes when fucking Paint Tool Sign don't want to cooperate with me. Ah. You'll see a big jump cut coming up here because I had to take like another break, like another couple of hours of break, and then I came back and I forgot to hit the record button again. Sometimes when I'm drawing, I tend to forget that I'm drawing and recording, shall I say. Sometimes when I'm drawing, I sometimes forget to hit the record button. So you'll see like a big jump cut here, but whatever. You get the gist of it. I did add some kind of dark green streaks over the door and kind of blurred them together to kind of add that like little bit of wood paneling effect. Even though I don't know if it's wood. Again, I don't watch the fucking show. I have no fucking idea. Yeah. What I'm doing there is I like to use the line work layer instead of just a plain line work layer when I have to do stuff like that, because I don't know, I like using the line work layer on the right there because it allows me to make cleaner line work very easily, because sometimes my line work can be fairly messy. That's why I do everything with a rough sketch first, and then once I'm happy with it, I go over with a clean line work. But yeah. But I think I'm happy with this. I probably could have done a bit more detail on the archway a little bit. It looks very kind of two-dimensional. And the trees as well, like the way I did the trees is exactly the same way as I did the clouds. I don't know, like I said, when it comes to things like foliage and fauna and stuff like that, it's so fucking hard to draw and colour. It really is, like to do like things like trees and bushes and like foliage and fauna, it's so fucking hard to do. But yeah, the way I did the mountains as well, honestly, I could have put a bit more detail into them, but to be perfectly honest, the mountains, I just went fucking berserk with that. I just fucking scribbled and it just turned out like that. But yeah, basically I had to do everything on separate canvases and then copy and paste the characters over onto the background canvas just to get it just right. But there we go, that's another commission done. Normal videos will be resuming very soon. My illness is starting to go away a little bit. I'm feeling better. I don't feel as dizzy anymore. Still have to deal with an annoying throat, but whatever. But anyway, that's been another commission done. It's been I think I'm just going to call these like time-lapse videos. They're not really speed drawing videos either when they go on for this fucking long. But anyway, also another thing, again, I'm going to plug myself again. I probably might be streaming today. Maybe in the afternoon, maybe later on tonight. Keep an eye on my Twitter and YouTube, and I'll probably upload a video or write a tweet. But again, if you want to watch me stream, there's Twitch and there's Picato. Look down in the description and you'll see links to both of them, so you can go on there. Hit the follow button. Yeah, so I'll probably be streaming tonight, probably doing some artwork. Probably I'll be going over like a drawing I've already done, kind of redoing that because I wasn't happy with that. But yeah, totally. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, my friends. I've been whoever the fuck I've been. There's been another commission by the Nico. Thank you, my friend. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Try your face, my friends. I'll see you all in the next video when I get better from my illness. God knows when that'll be. I hope fucking soon. Try your faces.